Interesting. Very, very interesting. Is this the real reason why Golovkin may be walking away from the Canelo Alvarez rematch? Because some people would have you believe that Golovkin is walking away because he don't care about the money and it's all about ethics and principles for him. I'm sorry people, but I just don't buy that. I don't buy it at all. But when you look at the information contained within this article and this article, it starts to make a little more sense as to why Golovkin is considering walking away from the Canelo rematch. This is Murata. He is the WBA regular champion and apparently he has a big following in Japan. I spoke about this in previous videos. This article claims that a fight between Golovkin and Murata would be more lucrative than a fight between Golovkin and Deverenyachenko, Charlo, Jacobs, or even Saunders. So basically, the Murata fight is the second most lucrative fight in the middleweight division for Golovkin. That's what this article claims. And you've got a quote here from Golovkin's promotional representative, Tom Loeffler. He says, Murata's really one of those guys who's really blazing a trail, selling out arenas in Japan, getting tremendous ratings on television in Japan, etc., etc. And Bob Arum, from this article in April, said he believes Golovkin Murata draws 60,000 at the Tokyo Dome. Bob Arum is the promoter, or is he co-promoter, of Murata. You see, this would make more sense to me. I don't buy the whole idea that Golovkin cares only about, legacy and ethics and principles, and that's why he's walking away from Canelo. BS. He's a prize fighter. He doesn't put his life on the line just because of legacy and principles. No. He's fighting for money. It's his job. Of course he cares about the money. And at this stage of his career, just like his trainer Abel Sanchez told Ingram Jones, it's about Golovkin fighting people the fans care about, which basically means it's about fighting people who are going to generate the most money. So it's risk reward, isn't it? He can take on Canelo, which is a big risk, for a big reward, or he can take on Murata, which is less of a reward but still a big reward, but very little risk. So perhaps Golovkin thinks this risk reward is worth turning the Canelo fight down for. He might take a couple mil less potentially, but it's a hell of a lot easier fight than Canelo. This makes far more sense to me than any of this ethical stuff, or it's not about the money and it's about less. Please, this makes far more sense. So I'll leave you guys to chew on this. And again, I take no issue with it. One of the things I do take a little issue with is Deverenyachenko and Charlo having to wait and wait for their shot. Murata is WBA regular champion, right? I'm not sure how long he's been regular champion. God knows. I know he fought in Jickham. Who the hell did he fight for the regular belt? I don't know. But his team, Golovkin's team, have expressed interest in fighting Murata. They've expressed no interest in fighting Deverenyachenko or Charlo. None. And Deverenyachenko's people have been calling Golovkin out for a while now. And Charlo has been calling Golovkin out for a while now. But not a peep from Golovkin's people. They only want to talk about fighting Murata. These are the realities we're dealing with, and this makes far more sense to me than any of this ethical legacy BS that people are coming out with. Murata is 14-1 with 11 KOs. I didn't realize he was actually an Olympic gold medalist at the 2012 Olympics. Never realized that, to be fair. But fights against in Jickham were not impressive, and 14-1 I mean, he's not exactly experienced, is he? Let me know what you think of this in the comment section below, people. Maybe there really is a viable alternative to Canelo for Golovkin financially. Maybe not quite as much money, but still more money according to this article than any of the other fights in the middleweight division, but a hell of a lot a hell of a lot less risk than any of the other fights in the middleweight division. The least risky fight for the second highest payday in the middleweight division. That's what we're talking about with Murata. Yeah? Okay. Let me know how you feel about it, people. It's happening. I'm out.